What's up, fans? So today was the official last day of rookie minicamp. I got some little tidbits, not too much, nothing crazy really happened from rookie minicamp, but give you the stuff I have, the stuff I found interesting. Also, really want to break down Xavien Howard's contract. I finally got the full details of his contract, what he's due each year, what his guaranteed money is each year. Being that this is coming straight from the phone video, this is probably going to be my last one, because tomorrow is day 1 of OTAs and Tuesday is day 2 of OTAs. You're not going to get a straight from the phone video. You're going to get a camera video with edits so I could put stuff up. And then I'm going to do one of your guys' comments of the day, the usual style with tomorrow's video, the OTAs, because OTAs to me is important. Little more notes on OTAs. Tomorrow, it's not open to the media, but Tuesday is open to the media. So Tuesday, you guys are going to get more in-depth details. I can tell you how Josh Rosen's doing, how his throws are. I can tell you how Wilkins is doing. I can tell you how the offensive line. Literally, I could give you breakdowns on Tuesday of exactly who's doing what, top plays, top performers, all that stuff. Whereas tomorrow, I'm just going to give you kind of what the coaches had to say, what the players had to say, and all that stuff. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. But today, last day of rookie minicamp, there's some moves. So first, the Dolphins signed 3 guys that they brought in for tryouts. 3 guys. That's center Kirk Barron, corner Jamar Summers, and the running back Mark Walton. Now, I said his name like that because he had a very turbulent offseason, a lot of off-the-field issues. But in yesterday's press conference, Brian Flores said that he believes in giving someone a second chance. And I'm assuming that Mark Walton impressed them enough that they signed him and they feel like he can help out or at least be a camp body and continue to prove that his worth during OTAs and training camp, because they signed him. They also waived/injured 2 players, center Connor Highland and safety Rob Roll. So those guys are not on the team anymore, but we added the 3. The Mark Walton thing I'm going to keep looking after and keep looking at because, like I said, he had a very turbulent offseason. He had some troubles off the field, and, Flores is the type of guy that I'll give you one more chance. He's not going to give you a 3 strikes, you're out situation. It's you got 1 strike, and then after that, you're out. He's a very strict guy. The more I'm listening to Brian Flores talk, the more I'm seeing what Brian Flores does, the more I'm seeing all this stuff with Brian Flores, the more I'm liking him and his strictness. Adam Gase was the type of coach that I'm your buddy. I'll tell you when you're doing something wrong, but I'm like, hey, can you not do that? And then all of a sudden I'll trade you or cut you, and you're like, what happened? Because he's not upfront honest with you. Flores, on the other hand, he's a player's coach, but he's also going to crack the whip. Do your job. Do your job, and if you're not doing your job, then I'm going to have to let you go. It is what it is. So there's that. And then I'm going to talk about some things that happened in yesterday's rookie minicamp, some things I'm hearing, some things from the coaches, and then I really want to break down Xavien Howard's contract, because there's a misconception out there that he, money-wise and the full money situation, like if he actually played out the whole rest of the 5 years, and if he played out and got all of the money he has in the contract, and I do this because a lot of times with these NFL player contracts, you hear 76 million? Yeah, 76 million over 5 years, and you think, oh my God, he's getting 15.2 million a year. He's got the highest contract for a corner in the history of the NFL. But once you really look at it, you really break it down, he's not being paid that much, but he can be paid that much. But before I get into that, let me just give you guys some things that players are saying. So yesterday, Wilkins said that this Miami Heat is different. So, he's coming from Clemson, but down in Miami, it's a different type of heat. And one of you guys commented that for us to bring back that physicality, that punch you in the mouth, that hard-nosed style football, especially in Miami, is going to pay huge dividends for players and for other teams that are going to come down here. Like last year when we played the Oakland Raiders, and they started bitching and complaining and crying that, you know, it's not fair that we're on this side and the stadium is built that the away side is like, if you guys don't know this, I'm gonna throw a little fun fact in there. If you guys don't know this, that the way the stadium is built, right, and the way they put the canopy on top of the stadium, at 1 o'clock, from 1 to about 3, the way the sun hits is 90% of the stadium is in the shade, but there's like a big rectangle of about 10% that's in the sun, and that is the away side. It's about 20 rows up on the seats, and literally to about the sideline for the away team is in the sun for the whole game. And last year, the Oakland Raiders really bitched and complained about that because they felt that that's why they lost, because they have to wear their black jerseys because Miami always wears white at home. So the fact that Wilkins is saying that this heat is kicking his ass, and the fact that we might go to that physicality defense and that hard-nosed offense and all that stuff, one of you guys even said it works. It'll work. We'll knock them down. We'll wear them out. It's going to work really well. And then the running backs were catching a lot of passes. So the running backs were really focused on catching a lot of passes, and the fullback Cox that we drafted in the 7th round was training with the tight ends to really get his run blocking up, his pass blocking up. So I'm very excited for the next 2 months of OTAs and training camp, because I can start to really tell you and really talk about what they're seeing, especially Tuesday, from the offense and defense and schemes and stuff. I'm telling you, Tuesday's OTA video is going to be really awesome, because that's what I'm going to be able to tell you. Like, we're going to really start to see what they're doing offense and defense scheme wise, because yeah. Then with Flores, I just want to talk about some things that Flores said. He said, whether you're an AAF player, you're drafted, you're undrafted, everyone gets a chance. There's holes everywhere. Now, there's tons of holes. We need a second corner. We need some defensive line help. The offensive line is completely open at guard position, at right tackle position. You know, linebackers, there's probably tons of need, especially if we're going to a 3-4. You know, there's tons of holes everywhere, and he's right. You know, there's competition. He wants to build this team on competition. He doesn't want to have people be comfortable in their situation and stick to, you know, what they've done, because it hasn't worked. He talked about Isaiah Prince, and he says he's a guy who definitely needs some development, but he's looking forward to working with him. Now, Isaiah Prince, Omar Kelly yesterday talked about what he noticed on his Instagram. If you follow him on Instagram, he really broke down each player, and he noticed, you know, what he sees. He said Christian Wilkins is like a jack of all trades on the defensive line. On a 3-4 defensive line, he could play anywhere. So that's great, but he says that he hopes that they don't make Christian Wilkins do too much and burn him out, especially if he's talking about the Florida Heat like that. But I think he's going to be a steal at our 1st round pick. He talked about Dieter and how Dieter, it looks like a guard. He's not tall and long, so he's not going to be good at the tackle position, so Dieter's going to be a guard. And then he talked about Isaiah Prince and how he looks like a baseball player. He's got long arms, long legs, which is good for tackle. But you just got to worry about, he needs to put some more pounds on. Sorry. Because he's got these pass rushers coming after him. And then he also said the same for Ginkle, that he needs to put some weight on if he's going to be that outside linebacker rusher. Because he looks around 225 is what Omar Kelly said. But again, I'll give you more news and notes, and I'll give you more updates on play-wise on Tuesday, maybe Monday, but OTAs start tomorrow. So now I just want to really break down Xavien Howard's contract situation. So if you guys remember the other day, I tried to break down, you know, what our cap situation's at, and I did it completely wrong, absolutely wrong. Because Howard's new contract doesn't take in effect until next year. So right now, his cap hit is only $1.2 million this year. No, sorry, $8.285 million this year. No, I'm sorry again. It's $10 million. His cap number for 2019 it's saying 10 I'm on over the cap. If you guys want to see know what I'm looking at, is around 10 million his cap number this year. So it's not the full 17 that I was saying, it's 10. So add 7 more million onto our situation. I think we're at 16 million. But if you look at his cap situation and if you look at his contract, it says that it's 5 years, 76 million, 15.2 million a year, but that's not actually how much he's making each year. In actuality, he's making about 12.96 million a year. He has all these incentives and he has all these things that can boost him up. You know, his bonuses, his per game bonus, his workout bonus, that can boost it up to about 14 million, 13 million a year. But without those, it's about 11 to 12 million a year. In guaranteed money, it's around, my brain is running. It's next year is his only time that he has guaranteed cap money. This year he has 8.285 guaranteed cap money. Next year he has 11.9 million guaranteed cap money. After that, none of his money is guaranteed anymore. Again, if you want to know what I'm looking at, it's in over the cap. So in actuality, yes, his full contract is the most a corner has ever been paid in NFL history. But if you look at the structure of it, if he gets injured, if he doesn't play well these next 2 years, all that stuff, he won't cost the Dolphins anything. So this contract that the Dolphins signed with Xavien Howard is really smart. I know a few of you guys thought we overpaid for him, and a few of you guys thought, you know, he should have, you know, played one more year. He should have showed us that he can do it constantly. If you look at the cap, if you look at his contract too, he's only guaranteed money for this year and next year. After that, there's no guaranteed money, meaning we can cut him without a cap hit. So yeah, he's only making around 12 point something million a year, and then you add on the bonus, which is about 1.4 million, the per game bonus, which is 500,000, which kicks in on 2022. His workout bonus, which is 25,000, then 100,000 after 2022. That's how they structured his contract. And if you look at other corners that have signed contracts, like Josh Norman, who signed a 5-year contract with 15 million each year, Tremaine Johnson, who was making 14 million each year, AJ Boye, who made about 13.5 million each year, and Stephen Gilmore, who made 13 million each year. Their contracts were a little bit more pricey than Xavien Howard's contract, which just makes you show how even more smart the Miami Dolphins front office and organization is really being. They are paying these guys what they deserve, and they're giving these guys contracts that they deserve, but they're also securing themselves and making sure they don't get screwed over in a cap situation. Ndamukong Suh, Ryan Tannehill, where if they cut them or they start to fall off, they're screwed cap-wise. They're not. Like I said, Xavien Howard's guaranteed salary this year, 8.285, next year, 11.9. After that, so if he craps the bed this year and next year, and he blows his knee out and he's done, Dolphins aren't stuck with it. So the more I'm looking at it, this contract is just amazing. I just wanted to give you guys that full breakdown of his contract, so you guys can get a real figure of how much he's making. So again, this year it's only about 10 million. 10 million this year, so I said 17, add 7 on. I think the Dolphins are at 16 million under the cap right now. So they have a ton of money to still sign more players if they need more help on this defensive line, or just take it over to next year and have about 100 million in cap next year. Maybe less, maybe about 90 million, being that they'll be paying Xavien Howard 13 million. But comment below, let me know what you guys think of the signings of center Kirk Barron, corner Jamar Summers, and running back Mark Walton, which I think is an interesting one. I'm going to watch that one a lot. Let me know what you guys think of what happened in rookie minicamp, even though I couldn't tell you much of what happened. But you got the running backs, you know, catching passes. You got Cox training with the tight ends. Wilkins is talking about the Miami Heat, not the basketball team, but the physical Heat. What Flores had to say about, you know, all that stuff, Isaiah Prince. Let me know what you guys think now of Xavien Howard's contract. I know a lot of you guys loved it before I even gave you the full breakdown, but now I give you the breakdown, it makes even more sense, and I love it even more that he signed this contract. He has before I go, I just want to say this, he has the potential to be the highest paid corner in NFL history, even though I think like once some of these other players, these other corners try to get their new contract, they're going to try to be like, well, if Xavien Howard's getting this, I want to get more. But as of right now, he has the potential to get that contract, and that's what the Dolphins are doing. You have a lot of potential. We love the way you play. earn your money. And that's the contract I said I wanted the Dolphins to give him from jump. They gave him that contract. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. Sorry I keep snorting, but it's raining out, allergy season. I'm dying. I apologize. Again, tomorrow's video is going to not be straight from the phone. It's going to be cameraed, edited, nice stuff. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Rookie minicamps is done. OTAs is here. Tomorrow, OTAs, day 1. Not open to the media, but you guys are definitely getting a video. Tuesday, it's open to the media. You guys are most definitely getting a video with more in-depth talk on what is happening, who's making plays, what the plays are, all that stuff. Then I'm going on vacation, and the next video you will get will probably be Saturday, where I break down the OTAs day 3, because I won't be around, but you're still gonna get a video from me. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna be retweeting a ton of things, especially press conferences, all that stuff. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. Check out the Bit Boys. I normally blip them right about here. Hit that button if you like what you see. I'm gonna start doing Madden on Sundays, uploading Madden on Sundays. So be sure to check that stuff out. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow with this video. OTA videos are long, just so you know. So I hope you enjoy these type of videos. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.